Welcome to the Women Inspire Aspire podcast. Even as people with vision, we find it difficult to navigate the roads, the platforms, the public spaces, the buildings. We encounter insufficient infrastructure amenities, missing signboards to navigate, and encroached and occupied public spaces, denying us the opportunities to use them. If this is the case with most of us, imagine the plight of blind women who try to access these spaces. How they would navigate the public spaces and even the websites without accessibility facilities, especially the government websites. In this podcast, Veena Mehta, a born blind person who faced several challenges in her education and employment journey, talks about how she successfully navigated those challenges and today holds the position of a director. While talking about this inspiring journey, Veena shares tips and advice on how each one of us in the society can contribute in making the lives of blind more inclusive, accessible, and infrastructure enabled. These tips motivate us to make small but meaningful changes to our environment to make the lives of blind people better. Please listen to this podcast in full, share it with your circles, and save it in your playlists for future reference. Let's now listen to what Veena has to say. Hi Veena, thank you so much for accepting my invite to appear in the podcast. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you so very much to you to invite me to this podcast.
It's a pleasure to have you in the podcast. Can you tell us a bit about yourself, where you are from, what do you do, etc.?
I come from Odisha, very small place in Keonjhar district where my father was working with TISCO, Tata Iron and Steel Company. I was born blind and my family, like other family, they went through grief and uncertainty when I was blind. They didn't know what to do and my mother cries for days, worried about my future, my independence, my education, and many. The relatives and the society, they all forced all social taboos and all. But times better sense prevailed. They went to the doctor for the treatment. Doctor told that I have the condition called causes blindness, retinitis pigmentosa. It's a genetic problem and they suggested that it cannot be cured. Again, uncertainty and all. But one of the doctors guided my parents that this problem cannot be cured. So you guide them for the education. Do not waste your time, effort, money on the treatment. Take her to the special school for the blind. Also, I would like to share my youngest sister is also blind. We are 4 sisters. Then started searching for a special school in Orissa, but did not find any suitable school with hostel. Then we landed up in National Association for the Blind, RK Puram, Delhi. This is the organization working for empowering blind people for last 47 years. From there, no look back. I started my education late, as many a times happens with persons with disability. I started my formal education at the age of 12. When I came to Delhi, I was 11. Institute helped me to learn all the primary education in 1 year. Then I got admitted in the mainstream school in Delhi. I continued, finished my schooling. I was interacting with other blind girls and boys and parents. I mean, it was a different world for me when I came from Orissa. Because before joining this institute, I did not interact. From this place, I got to know many things. I mean, the social taboo, beliefs, how people perceive about blind people or disabled people. We are either neglected or overprotected. And people think, even now, that we cannot do anything. If the person is blind, they can go for music or can become a teacher. I wanted to challenge that. I wanted to do something different. I started searching what I can do different, and my teachers, my institute director guided me to go for a commerce background. So I took commerce. At that time, very few, one of the first student to pursue commerce in school and college. But with the support of my institute, I completed. Then came my higher education part. I wanted to do MBA. I applied in different universities, but lack of awareness and mindset. The universities denied admission to MBA to me for MBA course. In one of the university, I have cleared my entrance and interviews, but they denied admission that I did not have the enough percentage for this course. Another university did not check my paper, saying that they do not have the facility or resources to teach blind people or engineer or management courses. Now, the disability law exists in our country, Disability Act. 95 Disability Act now became the 2016 amendment. At that time it was there, but implementation was not proper because no one has applied or no one had dared to pursue this kind of rare courses. So I took the support of NAB Delhi to fight this part to take admission in MBA. Chief Commissioner of Disability in Delhi. So we filed a case to give admission to the disabled people in the engineering or management courses in the AICTE approved institutes. So it took 1 year to solve this case. From my case, AICTE approved institutes and management courses have been directed by the Government of India to give admission to the disabled people on the reservation basis because Act has the provision to give a reservation to the disabled people. After this, I pursue my MBA from Pune, National Institute of Cooperative Management. The institute were really cooperative and I can say one of the best to pursue my academic course in that institute. They were really helpful. They were really cooperative. But after completing my course, again, I did not get campus recruitment due to, again, lack of the mindset and awareness. Then I came to Delhi and joined one of the software solution company in Noida. Although it was not related to my discipline, I believe instead of sitting idle, you should do something because you never know. Experience will take you where. So I worked there for 3 years. After I joined the company, I got into their HR department. I did my MBA in HR. After 3 years, I joined corporate sector for 1 year. Meanwhile, I was preparing for government job because when I was working with this software solution company, it was purely for technical recruitments. And I was looking for the broader profile of HR because I call myself as a people person. People told me that PSUs are best for HR. So I prepared and I joined one of the largest PSU in India as a HR officer. I got promotions, I worked there, got successful, I achieved a lot there. People appreciated. Meanwhile, I was connected with my fellow people because I believe that I have got immense support from teachers, my parents, the society to achieve whatever I am today. So what better way I can contribute? So I used to guide students, counsel, and I am a lifelong learner. I did coaching course. I am a ICF certified coach and I'm a counselor mentor and also I'm a trainer. I was successful. I wanted to take a break from my successful career. Why? Because something deeper, something was shaking me. Am I making any difference? Or I am just living? Am I contributing enough? Because I feel once you are born, you get many things. And our duty is to definitely give back. After this thought, I took sabbatical from my company. For last 1.5 years, I am on leave. I got the opportunity from my institute, the National Association for the Blind, to establish and set up their new resource center in Delhi. I feel that it was really a meaningful decision for me because now I got the opportunity to train, mentor, coach hundreds of the blind or disabled. We help build their confidence, teach independence in walking, managing their life, getting employment, and leading a meaningful life.
Thank you so much for sharing your journey and the challenges you faced on the way. What are some tips that you would give for visually disabled people in order to build resilience and perseverance to succeed in their life?
The message I would like to give them that they should be determined. Whatever they want to do, they can achieve, but they have to believe.
In terms of policy intervention and government action, what are the changes or regulations that you think the government should make in order to better help visually impaired people? What are the infrastructure amendments that the government can make to make the lives better for the visually impaired?
They should get opportunity because it's very difficult or challenging for a disabled person or a visually impaired person to reach the right place, get the right education or opportunity. Lack of their parents' awareness. If they are staying in a big cities, but they are not aware of the institute, the rehabilitation centers, the doctors, the hospitals, they are getting treatment. Whenever we go to a hospital, we tell the ophthalmologist that along with the treatment, they should guide them to the rehabilitation center. One should not waste their time, start their education for their college, their employment. I have seen girls, women, they're coming out of their houses at the age of 40, 45. And you can imagine, Venkat, what they can do at that age. There are acts, there are laws, policies, and regulations are there. The thing is that the proper implementation, the right implementation. Why it is challenging part? Because of the mindset. The accessibility part. Whenever we have to fill up any form for employment, for education, if we access the websites, we are not able to fill the form on our own because we use screen reader software and the websites are not accessible with the help of screen reader software. So we have to take help from sighted person. Again, if we are stuck somewhere, our work will be hampered. This is about the digital accessibility I'm talking about. If I talk about the infrastructure for a wheelchair user or a visually impaired, we have to go to any building. We have to struggle a lot to reach that place. The proper implementation part still needs to be improved. It will take some time to implement things. I travel a lot. Traveling is one of my hobbies. So when I visit different countries, the red lights, when you are at the red light, the sound will come. The red light is on. The beep comes. You listen to the beep, then you know the red light is on. And when the beep stops, then you are signaled that you can cross the road. And sometimes there are some switches that you can put on the switch and you can cross the road. The footpaths are walkable. In our country, the trees are falling. The drainage are open. As you know, we walk with the white cane. And white, with the moving white cane, tells you the things which up to your waist level. And above that, you don't know. The tree's trunk is falling. You get surprises. In other countries, the footpaths are more wider than the roads. You will not get surprises. It's so smooth to walk confident. When you access the buildings, there are signages in braille. Lifts, when you access the lift, it speaks what floor. In our country, things are getting better. In the new buildings, in the new lift, the voice facilities are coming. The braille numbers are being. So things are getting slowly on place. I'm hopeful. I don't know whether in my time it will happen or not. But yes, if the next generation is able to experience the fully accessible world in our country, I will be more than happy.
Yes, we will all be happy. Everybody needs to be included in the society and they should feel that they can contribute and be a part of the community. So it's very important that all these facilities and infrastructure arrangements be made so that visually impaired can be effective in their day-to-day life. Moving on from your work part and what you have been doing, let's talk about your hobbies and interests. What do you do apart from work?
As I told you, my biggest hobby is traveling. I am a learner, engage in meaningful conversation. I read self-help improving books. I like traveling a lot. I travel in India and abroad. I'm sure people will wonder, if you are not able to see, then what do you see? So I would say I experience the air, culture, the food, the way they talk, the language, the pronunciation. I try to learn. I definitely listen to people. I like to talk to them. As a coach, I feel I help individuals unleashing their inner potential. Learning is a continuous process till you are alive. Do some courses, sometimes small certifications.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thanks for sharing those details. Now let's talk about the societal issues that you care about. Of course, apart from the visual impairment part, what do you want to do something about them?
The disability part, of course, is close to my heart. I always plea for inclusion. Inclusion by default, not by demand. I should not be asking for it each time that I should be included. How it will be changed when you more interact, when you get more exposure to the mainstream society and empowering women, whatever way I can help or support. I train. If I can change one mind, I feel happy. The person got awareness can help others. And I really believe that the story have the power to change not only mindsets but lives.
That's very true. Before we conclude, I have one final thought. In terms of enabling digital accessibility, do you have any plans to start a venture? What are your future plans?
The accessibility part, I would say that this government is doing something. They have the mission called Sugamya Bharat. In this mission, they have started Sugamya Pustakalay, the accessible library. In this mission, also National Association for the Blind Delhi is partnering with the government. Infrastructure part, now the government has the law to make the building accessible when the new constructions take place. So they are in the right direction. Many NGOs are there supporting them. So many activists came together. They plea for it. One of the organization I told you, National Association for the Blind, they are pioneering in accessibility part.
Wonderful. We are coming towards the end of the podcast. I thank you very much for appearing in the podcast and spending time with us. I wish you all the best in your life and whatever you aspire to do. Please take care and bye for now.
Thanks for listening and thanks for creating space where women journeys are seen, heard, and valued.
Thank you so much. Please take care. Bye. That was a great podcast with Veena Mehta. Please subscribe to this channel and follow it for more awesome podcasts. Opinions expressed by the guests in this podcast are their own. The host or the sponsors of the podcast do not condone the opinions expressed by the guests or the actions arising out of those opinions. Any decisions or actions that the listeners might take as a result of listening to this podcast must be based on their own judgment and will be at their own risk. The podcast host or their sponsors will not be held responsible for the consequences of any actions and or decisions taken as a result of any content in this podcast.